What's your thoughts on the Fauci mask comment? So about, gosh, how long ago was it now? I want to say April of last year. I might be slightly wrong on this, but on the timing, I think around April, he said masks don't help, but he was saying that to make sure that doctors and the first line people get the masks first. What happened is, like you said, or you're talking about the divide in people, it caused the divide. What's your thoughts on that, thinking back on it now?
Yeah, and that's an excellent question also, because I know that there are a lot of people that will criticize him and say, well, he really didn't know what he was talking about when he said that. And oh, wow, he really probably caused a lot of people to die because of that, because we haven't had any really consistency from then on. And I think that's wrong. I think overall, Dr. Fauci, I mean, over the head of the NIH, he was kind of in a learning process just like we are, and he hasn't lived through a pandemic, neither have we. And we really, I know in our hospital, we kind of fought that for a while because we're thinking, how are we going to have enough masks to keep everybody protected if we continue to mask people and make sure everybody has a mask? And especially when, not even when you're talking about N95 masks, which are the most valuable and the most hard to come by. And they're the gold standard. That's what we really want. We want an N95. And so that was such a challenge around April, May time, is deciding whether we could really have enough masks for everybody. Of course, we wanted to have universal masking, but we were thinking, we didn't know if we could sustain that effort. And we're thinking, even at the level of the VA, where we have our own supply chain on that, and they have like stockpiles of this stuff. And still we were concerned that we were going to go in the red and run out of supply. We were looking at other hospitals in the area, much more massive than we were, that didn't have anything for their staff members, as far as they were just telling them, well, I'm sorry, you're going to have to bring your own. And how's anybody going to get any of this stuff? How are they going to get a surgical mask? How are they going to get a hold of an N95? How are they going to get a hold of whatever else they want to protect themselves? If they wanted to use a hairnet or a cover over their head, or foot booties, any of those things that are really not promoted by the CDC. But they didn't have any of that stuff for several months, until finally the manufacturers were able to send out large quantities of these things to different companies, and then from there to the hospitals. So we were just really in the same boat, and the guidance wasn't out there yet. The universal masking was the right thing to do, or it would help. And I know this was already something that, China already knew about for sure. And not just because of this pandemic, but for ages they already knew. And I think overall, much of Asia was already doing it. My colleague right now is originally from Thailand. And I think Thailand, they had a fantastic way that they were doing it. They had an epidemiologist as their prime minister. I mean, it was just amazing. And I think they were just so ready and prepared. And it's just a sad thing that here in our culture, there was just not a lot of acceptance for it. So